Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to get it started? Make some noise for me.
It's time to bring out a man who needs no introduction. Please welcome to the Illuminate stage, your CEO at Brightly, the one and only Kemmerer!
Is that an intro song or what?
Only the best for you, Kevin.
Great job, guys. Great job. Hey, so great to be here with you all. Thank you for joining us here, and I want to welcome you to Illuminate 2024. This is going to be an awesome conference. 70 breakout sessions, right? 70 opportunities to learn from your peers and some of our best and brightest who are going to help walk you through some cool structured content, chance to learn. It's outstanding, right? Learning Lab. Over 100 computers in the Learning Lab, right? That's an opportunity. Learn anything. Our new software, get certified, get some support. Anything you want, you can do it in the Learning Lab. It's so much fun to see everybody coming together and some of these different resources. We have 3 more keynote speakers after me. How exciting is that? And not only that, one big party that starts tonight, and I hope it lasts for the next 3 days. So let's have fun. All right, before I dive in, I do want to take a second. I want to thank our sponsors, AWS, BVNA, Wolpert, and Alpha. Listen, without you guys, this conference wouldn't be what it is. Thank you. You guys are awesome. Really appreciate it. We're going to have a great conference together. So thank you very much. All right. I have to say, I'm looking out here. I sense a lot of energy from the crowd. I sat in the Customer Advisory Board session. For those of you who sat in that this morning, thank you for joining us at 9 a.m. on Monday. We appreciate it. But man, the energy is palpable. It's unbelievable, right? How much more energy we have now. You think about last year, first time really back together today, in person. Today feels like normal. It just feels like normal to be together. So let's take advantage of that, right? Let's take the opportunity to network with your peers, to have fun, and to learn something new. So I'm really excited about that. It's been a great year. And think about it. Last year, high inflation, high interest rates, high energy costs, and all of a sudden the market here is sort of it's sort of hitting this, what they call the elusive soft landing. And that's good for all of us, right? I feel good about it. I hope you do. My expectation is, with a little bit of luck, frankly, a lot of hard work, we're going to have an awesome 2024 together. Now, for me, we've been part of Siemens now for 20 months or so. I'll go through that in a little more detail. But I've had a chance to go over to Europe a little bit. A little bit of the European outdoorsiness is rubbing off on me. For those of you who know, I'm from Montana. It's nice to sort of explore my Montana roots. But being part of Siemens has also given me a chance to really gain a broader perspective about our place in the world. We are working with them, sharing our technology, sharing ideas, and coming up with better solutions for you. And that's really, really fun to work with them to do that. And I'm really excited. I think about us here in America, like it's the American way, right? We invent, we innovate, we take our ideas, we take other ideas, and we do new things to push the status quo. And that's what's really exciting to do this, and we do this all for you. So here we are with more energy than we ever before, more momentum in our organizations than we have, maybe since the beginning of the pandemic. But I know what you guys are thinking. I know what you're thinking, so I'm just going to put it on the table. It's really hard to find operations professionals to help maintain our assets. Am I right? That's what we're hearing from most folks. 2, those of the technicians who we do have in the field may retire in the next few years, so we got some work, things to think about. 3, we also have energy costs. We have things that are bringing us down. Our budgets are tight. They've always been tight, and many of us may not even know exactly how much of a budget we need to support our assets going forward, okay? So look, I know what you're thinking. The answer is always more, right? A lot more, but we know it's not so easy, right? So the question is, what are we going to do? How are we going to confront this situation where we're challenged with the resources to help us support our infrastructure, the costs are high, and our budgets are constrained? So we can do 2 things. One, we can sit back and do things the way we always have done, or we can actually take path 2, confront the challenges, come up with a new plan, use the tools available to us, innovate, and be able to address these issues head on. No, I know which one you're all thinking. I know what we're doing. But we here at Brightly, I feel, we've been here with you every step of the way. right, from the very beginning, 20 plus years ago now, working with you, helping you address these challenges and face these opportunities and challenges head on, right? And that's what we're planning to do. So we are excited to work with you on those challenges. The good news is here that, it's in your DNA as operational professionals to confront these challenges head on. And our goal here is to bring solutions that help you forge a path with a data-driven approach to be able to tackle these head on. So that's what we're going to do. And I think about our strategy in 3 simple words: plan, maintain, and sustain. Really simple, but let me talk about what that means to us. Number 1, we've been in the maintenance business a long time. Many of you know that. Many of you come in here. Anybody here for more than 15 Illuminates? I can't really see anybody, so never mind. I see your face, I can't really see the hands. We've been around a long time, starting out with maintenance solutions to help you manage your assets. Well, since the beginning of the company founding, we've been making that asset management platform more efficient and more intelligent. But now we've also been adding the very best capital planning tools and the very best sustainability tools. And on top of that, we're now working to put all that together in a place where you can leverage one asset register that informs all 3 of these key areas. And this is really powerful, right? So you ask, why is it powerful, right? It's really powerful. Well, think about this. Number 1, you can manage all your operational plans and your scheduling and everything in one place. We know that. But 2, imagine a world when you can start informing your capital budget based on the real work that you're doing every day in your maintenance application. 3, think about if you take your asset lifecycle information, your cost information that's in your planning tool, and be able to bring that in to a maintenance situation and make a decision right there whether you should replace or repair a specific asset based on what you know about the life cycle of that asset and what you've seen in real time and what others have experienced in real time that's insight that's put into the data that you're leveraging. 3, imagine that same experience where you're going out to commit a work order on a specific asset and you can make a decision based on the sustainability and the carbon footprint if you want to replace, transform, or just repair the item, right? These are decisions that now need to be made holistically. And we're providing you a single platform to be able to do those things holistically. So I think that's really powerful. It really changes the game on how you do maintenance and how you do the holistic asset lifecycle management work that you need to do. So again, plan, maintain, sustain. It's really important. For us, it really comes down to operational efficiency, right? Our goal is to make you as efficient as possible, and our job and what we're doing is providing the smartest asset management solution on the planet to be able to do that, right? We want to make it easy for you to solve your everyday challenges, and we want you to have the opportunity to plan for the future and also achieve your sustainability goals. So as we always said, assets are only as smart as the people that care for them and only as reliable as the communities that depend on them, right? And we want to help you make the assets as smart and as reliable as possible. So, how is this playing out in real life? I wanted to give a few examples that I think will serve as inspiration for all of us. Number 1, Baltimore. Who's in here from Baltimore? Saw many of your crew. There they are. I can see the hands now. When Baltimore speaks, everybody knows. Okay, up in Baltimore, Baltimore City uses Brightly software to maintain the assets in their public schools, 150 school buildings across 19 square miles, right? And as y'all know it gets cold in Baltimore. At one point, they had a really cold day and had multiple mechanical failures in multiple buildings. Well, the operations technicians got in, this is good news, able to look at the Brightly system, were able to go out, figure out the root cause, pinpoint the problem, fix the problem, and put in more resilient plans to be able to run the operations more resiliently in the future. 2, I'm going to go a little bit further south now, a little warmer, Sun City, Arizona, and the Royal Oaks Senior Living Community. Where are the Royal Oaks folks? I saw them earlier today. Okay, I hear them, can't see them. Thank you. So, Senior Living Care Facility, they are using the Works Hub for maintenance as well as inventory management. Now, they were able to consolidate all of their inventory into one place. Imagine this, all the furniture, everything in the storage closets, everything, right? Put it in one place, and once you consolidate everything in one place, it gives you the opportunity to reduce your maintenance costs, to reduce the shrink, and to be able to plan your budgets more effectively for your purchases going forward. Number 3, going to go a little bit north of Arizona up to Nevada, Washoe County, Nevada. The Washoe County folks here? Can't tell. Hope so. Nobody's calling out, whooping out. Usually, Nevada, people are crazy. So, so maybe not as much in Reno, just maybe a little bit further, different direction in Nevada. So in Nevada, the Community Services Division of Washoe County chose Asset Essentials to consolidate 5 different work order management systems. Now they have one source of truth for all their asset planning and their asset management. And so at Washoe County, the carpenters were always feeling frustrated, right? That they didn't have enough folks to do all the work that came in, but they really didn't have a way to prove that until they consolidated everything into one system. With one system, they were able to track and see that about a quarter of the work orders across all the things that they were doing were actually carpentry related. And with that, they were able to make the business case that they needed more carpenters to get the work done. So again, another great value add of bringing everything together in one place. And lastly, manufacturing company, Chroma Color Corporation, they make this pigment. I don't know if it's actually pigment, but it's a color that goes into plastic, so it makes our plastic bottles look really cool. They actually have 6 manufacturing plants that run on our Asset Essentials product, and they are using it to streamline their maintenance operations and the performance of the actual plant floor itself. So again, this was a transition from spreadsheets and literally paper files, and now they can schedule, track, and manage their maintenance holistically. And they've been able to reduce their equipment failures, increase their uptime, and also manage much more effectively the scheduling of their technicians. So I have one more example, which I'm going to save for a second. I'm really excited. I'm going to invite on stage in 1 minute a representative from Chicago Housing Authority who's going to talk about our plan, maintain, sustain, and what it means to her and what she's doing at Chicago Housing Authority. But before that, I wanted to spend a couple seconds just talking about our partnership with Siemens. We've been together now for about 20 months. It's been a really phenomenal partnership. One of the most important trends for Siemens is digitalization. As you all know, they've been working with us for a while. Digitalization is our job one. But we're now working together to take the work that they do on operationalizing buildings and manufacturing facilities and bringing that real-time information into our systems to help you all do a better job with maintenance and capital planning for those buildings, as well as the energy management and the sustainability planning for those buildings. So buildings and infrastructure and manufacturing plants, et cetera. So we are really excited to work with Siemens. It's been a really great partnership. They've helped us accelerate our roadmap. You may be seeing that. Things are coming out a lot faster now. They've also helped us accelerate our reach, so we're able to serve more folks than we have been able to in the past. So it's been a really great partnership, and we are really proud to be part of the Siemens family. So with that, I'm really excited to switch gears here, and I'd like to invite Miriam Savad on stage from the Chicago Housing Authority, and we're going to talk about how she's using the Brightly products. So Miriam? I got to know Miriam about 1.5 years ago, and I was absolutely blown away with the opportunity that you have in front of you and how you're using our tools to help you. So maybe if you could start just a quick overview of Chicago Housing Authority and your role within the organization.
Sure. Thanks, Kevin. Great to be here. First time at Illuminate. So the Chicago Housing Authority is one of the largest public housing agencies in the country. We were first established in 1937 by the first U.S. Housing Act, and today we continue to be a mission-driven municipal nonprofit. We provide housing to over 65,000 households. We do that by providing subsidy to renters in the private market, as well as maintaining a diverse residential portfolio. So that's really where my work is. As the Director of Planning, I focus on our current portfolio that we have. So we have about 25,000 units. We are the largest landlord in the whole city. So the long-term capital improvement planning combined with our sustainability efforts, we have significant goals when it comes to carbon emission reduction. How do we interweave those? What's the impact on budget? And then overseeing our annual capital budget. So this year we have a preservation budget of $87 million. Those are sort of all things within our planning shop.
So can you tell us about some of your goals?
Absolutely. So I'll start sort of high level with CHA, since we're a little different because we are mission-driven. We are a community partner. So we are a landlord, but we're more than just a landlord. So some of the goals that we have and sort of strategic initiatives, of course, are rehabbing our units, redeveloping our units as needed, but we're also in the business of supporting our residents and improving their lives, as well as reintegrating residents and our buildings sort of within the larger fabric of the city, and then revitalizing those communities wherever our developments are located. So there's a great photo up. You'll see there's a resident there with a giant key to represent the big stride she just made in purchasing her first home. So that's one of our initiatives, is not just to provide housing, but provide pathways out of this type of subsidized housing. So she just was able to purchase her first home.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
How are you using Brightly's tools to help you with your goals?
So, I will say, and this may ring true for others here, that asset management has been a real journey for us. So there's been, I think, historically a disconnect between maintenance and long-term planning. And I think Brightly's tools have really helped provide a platform and framework that brings us to a new model of strategic asset management. I think previously it was just deferred maintenance. We know there's a problem, but now we actually have tools that help us guide, our thinking, both in these are analytical tools that help us understand what we need for the long term. So, our portfolio includes small apartment buildings that were built in the 90s. We've got family campuses that have steam boilers. We have high-rise elevator buildings. We have sort of this whole array. And these tools are now sort of helping us sort of cut through and understand the data. So starting, number one, with good data, I think is key for us. We're doing new physical needs assessments, energy audits, really understanding what that is, and then using these tools to really understand the need and create a platform to help justify what we need to do for the long term. So it's not just understanding, all right, we know that boiler is going to go out next year. It's what do we need to do 10 years down the road, 20 years down the road, and then how do we figure out what funding we're going to need to get there. So I think there's something, there's a model up on the screen. This is actually data that we're using that's in the Predictor platform. So what this is showing is we have one portfolio that has slightly different funding constraints than others. And so this Predictor platform allows us to both, include our priorities. So we want to emphasize, core building assets, building envelope, MEP. But we also know there's significant funding constraints. So this model helps us look at, all right, if we model this over the next 10 years, we reduce our funding here. What's the overall impact? What does this mean for our backlog? This is a core tool that we have not had before that can help us guide, executive level decisions. So, we're constrained in our funding. We only get a set amount of federal capital grant dollars every year. If we need to go find a developer, if we need to go look at large, there's federal infrastructure dollars that are out there, these are the tools that are helping us get there.
Miriam, I love what you said right in the beginning, that you look at the challenges you're trying to solve, and you're looking for solutions that holistically help you do that, from maintenance to planning. So I guess my question for you is you think about our, 3 pillars, right? Plan, maintain, sustain. How do you think about, that idea and how much that can impact the work that you're doing?
So I think we have not maybe done a good job in the past of interweaving sustainability within capital improvement planning. I mean, again, it was really deferred maintenance is the problem, not how do we become strategic in it. So I think the products allow us to really bring carbon savings forward in a way we have not been able to do, as well as really understanding what the long-term funding implications are. So not only are the tools really used, to help guide decision-making, it's actually being used for analysis. I think it's really created a new strategic framework for us. And so that, I think, is the key part of that plan, maintain, sustain that's sort of new for us.
Yeah, well, this is great. I have to tell you, the most rewarding part of this job in general is seeing folks use our tools and be productive with them. When you hear an example like this, where you're impacting thousands and thousands of people in a community, it's really powerful. And I just want to thank you, Miriam, for what you do for everybody in the community. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Love having you as a client, but more importantly, love what you do for the world. So thank you.